Man said no. Here we are. We're live, mate. I'll stop doing that with my hat. That is doing my nutting. My hat's off. How's that? Okay, mate. Little time check for those people that are not in the UK, mate. Bup. Sunday, 5 minutes. Sunday the 16th. My bad. 5 minutes past 11 in the PM. Yeah, mate. So let's go over some stuff. Hopefully, a few of you jump on board tonight. I know it's that Sunday, and a lot of people have got the Monday hustle in a few hours from now. But hopefully, we can have a little chin wag. It's annoying me doing that with a hat in it. I know, mate. I know. And yeah, have a little chin wag, and I keep doing it, and see if I can be of use to any of you for my 22 months of vlogging, my new YouTube career. I'd say it's pretty new. Let's get some more, mate. But yeah, let's just have a little good old-fashioned chat, mate. And then we can go and sleep. Jonathan King, what's up, mate? How you doing, lad? Bros, how has the weekend been? Let me know in the chat. How's your weekend been? I'll be honest. What have I done, mate? I've walked because it's been like nice weather here in Wales. It's been monsooning for the last like 12 days since I've got back. But over the last 2 days, it's dried up. No rain, blue skies, and I've been able to get some steps in, mate. But apart from that, my weekend has pretty much consisted of steps and eating, mate. Eating like copious amounts of food with my brother. So it's been fun. Let me know what you guys have been doing. That'd be awesome. Wanderlust Rennie. I will drop the Wanderlust and just say, Rennie, what is going on? Texas, that's amazing. I hope you're looking forward to your adventures very soon. It's going to be good. I'm excited for you. And I'm also going to put together a very kind of close-knit community soon. And I will keep you all posted on that so we can all be more of like a crew, a centralized crew, everybody with the kind of same thoughts and feelings and questions and ambitions for travel and stuff like that. And I'm also going to go over in the community, which I'll drop some more information to in the next few lives about like how you can, if it was your gig and you wanted to pick up a camera when you're vlogging, pretty much how you can go about that and earn yourself some money when doing so. So yeah, greetings from Wales, Renee. I hope you're good. How's your weekend been? Like I said, not to repeat myself, mine hasn't been the most exciting. Walking and eating and walking. Ren Zero, what is going on, mate? What's going on? What's your next adventure and when's the vlogs coming out? This isn't me tensing, by the way. This is me stretching. Ren Zero, mate, I've got like 2 days left in Wales in the UK. And then your boy, Papa, he heads to Morocco, mate. Morocco. I don't know if you were on the last live. I think you were, but I mentioned the flight cost to Morocco, which is from Bristol in England in the UK. I got it for like £32 to a southern city in Morocco called Agadir. I'm really looking forward to exploring that. And yeah, what I wanted to say for my kind of die-hard viewers, my mates on the other side of the screen, you legends, is I'm going to be doing daily vlogs in Morocco. Because number one, daily vlogs are awesome. It helps me to stay accountable and also for you guys to keep me accountable as number one, being a more consistent and improved creator every 24 hours. And I'm able to do that by filming, editing, and posting and learning every 24 hours, as opposed to doing 1 or 2 vlogs a week, editing, posting, and then only getting 2 rounds of feedback from my own work, right? And I think daily vlogs helps you to really get more of a connection with myself. So I wasn't going to do that a few days ago, the daily vlogs in Morocco, but I thought, why not? I'll have a lot of downtime in the evenings and part of the day. And I think it'll be good for, for you guys to see like the everyday stuff on the actual day that I'm vlogging and the day that I'm posting, not like watching something 2 weeks later. So daily vlogs will be fun. I've never daily vlogged in Morocco, and I think I'll be able to squeeze out around 12 vlogs since I'm there for 12 days, and also fill you with some YouTube lives and some really good content. I'm really gonna go after it, look forward to it, and it's going to be a good time. So look forward to some daily vlogs in Morocco from 2 days from now. Wednesday the 19th, I leave. So yeah, it's going to be fun. Any suggestions of any stuff you'd like to see in Morocco? Not just stuff that kind of I'm going to go and do, but if there's any things you specifically would like to experience through the screen in Morocco, I will happily take those suggestions into my own hands and see if I can go and see a certain thing or do a certain thing or eat a certain food. Let me know in the comment section, because then you can really come on this journey with me, and yeah, we can have a good laugh and experience together. So Renzo, to answer your question in short, mate, I am leaving for Morocco on the morning of the Wednesday the 19th. Cheers, bro. Jonathan King, good brother. Referring to your weekend, I'm sure. Hope yours was good as well. Mate, it was good. Eating and walking and eating, mate. It's good. Good job you can't see below the chest. Otherwise, you just see a big fat Welsh belly, mate. Also, again, for those people who are not in the UK, this is the time and date, 16th of November, 11 minutes past 11. Here in the PM, mate. Jan Koskinen. Yes, Chrissy lad, you say. Hope you're good, my bro. Mate, I am good. I am good. So good, actually, that I'm exhausted because, well, it's coming up midnight. And I was like, I cannot go to sleep without jumping on a live and saying hello to the bros. The bros and my other lady bros, of course. So, no, it's good. It's good. And I appreciate you guys jumping on, and the retention of you guys staying on and just like listening to Chrissy Boy chat absolute smack, mate, and speaking to you guys in general. I think that's awesome. Renzo says Morocco is lovely. That's wicked. I'm looking forward to going back to Marrakesh for sure. That's going to be like the stopping midpoint of the journey. I'm going to give you a visual representation of the journey that I'll be taking once I arrive, because stories are based on showing, not telling. So Morocco, let me know in the comment section if you've been to Morocco and what was your experience. Out of 10, if you'd been to Morocco, 10 being an amazing place, you loved it, 1 being absolute dog crap, mate, where is your rating of Morocco travel? 10 amazing, 1 terrible. For me, it is probably up there with like an 8 or a 9, my experience. I loved it. So right here, you can see map of Morocco. I am flying into the southern city of Agadir here. Last time I flew into Morocco, as you can see in center. So I think the trip is, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start in Agadir, obviously, and then I'm going to go over either to, as you can see on the other side, which is Ouarzazate. Maybe from there, then I'll go to Marrakesh, then cut back on the coast to Essaouira, then go up the coast to Casablanca, Rabat, and then eventually finish inland to Fez, and then up to Tangier, passing the Blue City, which is Chefchaouen. So that'll be funny, fun, and a good time. Yeah, so any recommendations on the Moroccan front, mate, especially Casablanca? Really looking forward to that. Hit them in the comments, mate. Atlas Mountains. So Jan Koskinen says, Atlas Mountains are sick. The Berber villages are pretty cool. Okay, the Berber, sorry, not the Barber. The Berber villages. I will definitely take that into account, mate. Thank you so much. The Berber villages of the Atlas Mountains. That would be amazing. that'd be a place that would be absolutely sick to go and hit up as well, and some good hikes and stuff, and also some good adventurous content for vlogging. Big hello from Abby and myself, Chrissy Boy, from Dan G, mate, over in Canada. What is going on? How's your Saturday? How was your Saturday? It's Sunday now. How has your weekend been, Dan? Hopefully it's been good, bro, and you and Abby have enjoyed whatever you've been doing and wherever you've been doing it. Big up for the Canadian beers, mate. Soon, in the future, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. Renzo says, I want to see you in deep China in the future. 100%. Most definitely. Speaking of China, I actually did a podcast last week. My first ever travel podcast of like full-time travel on a budget. And it was done last week and posted today actually on YouTube. So I'm just going to show you. If you'd like to see that, I just posted this on. This is on Instagram. It's Chrissy Boy Travels, Chrissy Boy Vlogs. It's my Instagram, and this was the story update. Anyway, so that's live now. I will drop the link in the description after this live is done, and you can check that out if you like. I say referring to China because the podcast host, Alex, is from Wales, but he's moved to China to be a teacher. So yeah, really good, fun interview. It was about an hour and a half. And I think you can, you can have a look and gain some value from it. But yeah, it'll be good. I'll link it in the description after Renzo. I've seen you popped a message you'd like to watch it. I appreciate it. Jan Koskinen says, get yourself to Fez, my bro. Think that's the spot. Also, Chrissy Boy, I'm off to Pakistan instead of India on Thursday. What were your favorite cities? Mate, that is awesome. I've got also some big news. Well, for myself, I'm not sure if it's important or big, but I'm excited about it. But any recommendations before I go? Jan Koskinen, mate, if you could just post, right, the places where you're off your own back at the moment, thinking of where you're going to go, let me know in the chat of the places in Pakistan that you would like to go already and you have planned. And then I will give recommendations apart from those places that you go. I imagine you're flying into either Islamabad or Karachi. I'm super envious just saying those words because Karachi is insanely cool. The vibe and the City of Lights is sick, mate. Let me know what you're doing and like drop it in the chat and we'll have a chat because that's what we're doing in the chat. We're chatting in the chat. Renzo, 8 very friendly. 8 very friendly. Renzo says, I'll check out the podcast. Good stuff. Thank you very much. That's awesome. Renzo, mate, 1 second. Let me try and like get it up. Get the podcast up for you. Nothing else up. It's so you might be able to just tap this in at the moment on YouTube if you don't want to wait. Far from home. So just tap in that title if you can see that. And it's with Alex Explores, is Alex's YouTube channel, but it's £350 a month World Traveler. Hello, that's yours truly. And yeah, that's it, mate. So go and have a look.
Hello, everybody.
Again, that's it right there. Just type in Alex Explores on YouTube or type in that title. It's like an hour and 15 minutes long. Amazing. Jan Koskinen, please say you haven't left. I want you typing up that Pakistan itinerary so I can give some feedback and recommendations. MDR, what's going on? And as always, I do like when people drop in where they're watching the chat from. That would be awesome. If you could just drop in where you're watching from, I think that's cool. I personally am filming this from Wales in the UK. If anyone knows the Pembrokeshire coast in West Wales. So yeah, drop where you're watching. That'd be cool. MDR, when are you traveling next, brother? MDR, what is going on, mate? I know you've been in the chat a few times. So that's awesome. Sham D is from Reading, UK. Big up. What's going on? That's awesome. Thank you so much for letting me know. MDR, when are you traveling next? Mate, I'm going to Morocco on Wednesday the 19th. And I'm flying there for like 30 quid. Amazing. And then I've got no accommodation booked, nothing planned. I'm just going to start in the southern city of Agadir and like zigzag all the way up north. I've got 12 days before I actually need to fly back to Wales to do some stuff before the next big trip, mate. That's all I'm going to say. So I've got about 10, 12 days in Morocco, and then we're coming back to chill for a while, and then I'm off to 2 more places. And it's going to be awesome. I've just got to weigh up kind of finances and stuff right now. Let me know, guys. I know you're asking me the questions, and I would love to know what your travel plans are for next year. That would be awesome. Mate, MDR, I've just noticed you've put in Malmo in Sweden. That is so funny because my brother, who also travels like multiple times a year, you might have seen him in vlogs. He did his like 4th or 5th voluntary experience in Malmo in Sweden in a guest house. And he said, because I'm not sure what time of year he went, I presume winter, he said that Malmo was absolutely freezing, mate. And he was sleeping in like multiple layers of jackets. He had a bobble hat on and gloves. So yeah, Malmo is awesome. From what my brother said, he really enjoyed it, except for the bitingly cold weather. But mate, thank you so much for letting me know where you're from. And Shamdi has just dropped in, said I want to go to Turkey. Istanbul is really cool. I've also been to Antalya and some other places. I would recommend it, especially for the food, and the hospitality is absolutely fantastic. So Shamdi, where are you watching from? Maybe we can have a look at some flights and stuff for you on live now, or whatever your dates are or ambitions. Maybe I can help. Okay, we're going to go back. Shamdi, good evening. You all, happy Sunday. That's awesome. Happy Sunday to everyone also. Good vibes. So yeah, MDR, it's going to be Morocco, mate, in 2 days' time. It's going to be fun. And I'm most likely going to be doing more kind of raw, uncut and kind of untamed vlogs. All right. So what you might see is a 2-hour vlog one day. The next day, you might see an hour and a half. The next day, you might see a 30-minute vlog. It depends on the intensity of the travel within the day and how much I can get away with leaving in the vlog without boring you to death, such as the vlogs that I want to do from Morocco are going to be me holding the camera for like 2 or 3 hours. And if 2 or 3 hours we get some good content and good adventure, I will leave that in there. I will literally leave a vlog at 3 hours. So it's almost like a stream, but it's in the vlog version. So I'm going to test this format for a while just because I need to keep myself interested in this business of vlogging, and also you guys too. And by testing different formats, I can see what you really enjoy watching and what I really enjoy filming, and the different styles of viewing and producing pleasure, let's say. So it's going to be amazing. And yeah, I will only cut the moments of the vlogs in Morocco that I'm filming if, for example, I'm hitchhiking from A to point B, and the hitchhiking journey isn't offering a whole bunch. Rather than me just hold the camera on myself, if there's limited conversation due to lack of language relativity, and holding the camera at the window or the driver or whatever it is, I will cut those parts. But for the most part of the vlogs coming up in Morocco, I will maintain and keep in. Okay, Jan Koskinen, I hope you're still here. I'm sorry that I've just gone on a rant. Let me know, Jan, if you're still here, please. Just like love heart or something in the chat. I hope you are. Sorry. Mate. Yes, awesome. You're here. Also, if you're enjoying this little format, just before I go in and speak with Jan about Pakistan, just hit the love button, just so I can see, for one, it's working, and two, if you're enjoying this sort of hangout, that would be awesome. Okay, Jan Koskinen firstly asked for reference. I'm off to Pakistan instead of India on Thursday. What were your favorite cities and any recommendations before I go. And then I said, lay out the itinerary for your trip, and then I will give recommendations based on your answer. So Jan has now mentioned starting in Karachi, then heading up to Hyderabad, then Multan. So this is all the way north from Karachi, then Multan, Faisalabad, Lahore, Islamabad, Abbottabad, is here. I've got two so far with my plans. So that's all you've got so far, mate. It sounds like an amazing plan so far. The north looks unreal, though, such as Skardu. Okay, look, whatever you do, okay, you need to go up north. I'm telling you now, you will not be disappointed. When I met a friend who is a Pakistani, and I told him that I was going to leave the north until maybe future visits to Pakistan, he put his foot down and he said, no, Chrissy boy, this time you have to go north. You have to, brother, go and visit Skardu. You have to, brother, go and visit Hunza. You have to go and visit as much in the north as you possibly can, because it is just such a different region. Since Jan, this is what my friend said. Like, he literally wouldn't let me not go to the north. He was like, brother, you must go here. Brother, you must go there. So Jan, I have to replicate that suggestion that my friend gave me and say, whatever you do, please go north to Skardu, Hunza, one of those places or both. You will definitely not be disappointed. It will be incredible. And if you haven't seen some of the Pakistan playlist that I've got on our channel, then you can check that out. Just go to the Pakistan playlist on YouTube. And I was in Skardu for like 6 days, I think. Incredible. So recommendations with that, I would say you're hitting some really cool cities. And depending what you're doing for transport going through there, whether you're taking some trains or some buses, I'm sure you're most likely taking bookable buses paid online or trains. Just make sure you don't you're not missing out on Islamabad. Islamabad is amazing. It's like a green paradise, in my opinion, with loads of hikes, good food in all of the DHA districts, and also some it's cool up there. If I was to move for a few months, I would most likely move from Karachi to Islamabad and stay in those places. Yeah, and if you've got time, of course, maybe consider going to Kashmir and Jammu. But yeah, I think you're going to have a great time. What is your total trip length, Jan? I've got to stop talking about Pakistan. I'm getting envious. Kizki says, no, sorry, Jan. If I was to mention anything else, I would just say that if you had time, I would take a flight from Islamabad over to Peshawar, which is like the border near Afghanistan. So Peshawar is it's amazing. Great hospitality, great food, and yeah, some cool places around there to Peshawar. But that is then on the other side to Islamabad. See what you can do. See how much time you have, but you can go then through a one-way flight from Islamabad or Peshawar, then up north to those regions. I hope that's helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions. Kiski asks, are you a football fan? Kiski, I was back in the day. I liked to play football when I was more like late teens, early 20s. I like a knockabout. I like a kickabout. I don't so much like watching it on TV, if I'm honest. Like, I will go and watch football if, maybe my brother or my mate wants to go to food one night and we stop by for a beer and the football's on. But otherwise, mate, I'm not too sold on it. I just, for one, I know everyone is such a fanatic of football, and I've just never been that person. I've played it as a sport as well as like rugby and some other sports, but yeah, no, not so much. But what about you, Kizki? Football fan yourself? Also, what team, if so? Shamdi says, Inshallah, did you see any leopards in your Pakistan hikes? I did not, but I'm actually going to get the series up on the playlist just to show. But when I was hiking, I'll get this up now. When I was hiking Trail 5 in Islamabad, which is this one here, it is the real Pakistan, the middle video. This day changed my view of Pakistan forever, I think it's called. This was the Trail 5 hike where supposedly, and I believe it's so, leopards roamed that region. And you've got to be really careful at certain stages of the day and obviously of the year because leopards are seen in that area. Unfortunately, I didn't come across one. So, but maybe next time, eh? Hopefully, fingers crossed in the safest way possible. Raj M, hey, fun employmenter. So, hey to you first, Raj. It has been a hot minute since we have spoken. I know you were watching the Thailand daily vlogs before, and I'm super appreciative of your time and patience in watching this chump of change right here. I appreciate it. And for those wondering about the name Fun Employmenter, so Chrissy Boy now is also both my channel name and, well, it's pretty much what everybody in life calls me. So it's like not my actual name, obviously, even though that'd be super cool. It's Chris Jones, my real name, but everyone says, Chrissy Boy, come over here, mate. Or Chrissy Boy, do you want to go for a beer? Chrissy Boy, what's that food you're eating, lad? You know, so Chrissy Boy is latched on. But before that, I came up with the idea of calling the channel Fun Employmenter. It is a tongue tangler, I know. So Fun Employmenter, if what Raj has greeted me with this evening, is I came up with the name of Fun Employment, and then to add that as a title, such as a carpenter, not carpentry, I added Fun Employmenter to make it like an official title. But it was so confusing and it was such a tongue tangler that someone said one day on a comment, mate, why don't you change your name to Chrissy Boy? And I went, And then I actioned it. And here we are many months later with Chrissy Boy as the official channel name. So whoever recommended that, I appreciate it. Double thumbs up, mate. Jan Koskinen, I'm here. Good. I'm not sure if you're still here, but I do hope, mate, that you got that information earlier. Renzo says, do you ever panic about financial stuff? Never. I see people around me slave and worry about money 24/7. I personally don't care for it. Is that normal? Renzo, you're exactly the same as me. Exactly the same as me. Like, you know, I look at it all of like, not just money, but like little worries in life, like, oh, I'm going to be 2 minutes late to work, or, oh no, I had some extra calories that I wasn't supposed to eat tonight, or, oh my goodness, I've only got £500 left in my account after all of the outgoings have gone this month. But then again, people have a roof over their head. They've got food on their plate. They've got a nice bed to sleep in. They've got family and friends around them. They've got hobbies to do. They've got a dog to pet and play with. They've got all of these comforts, all of this positive stuff in their life. And yet they decide to focus their attention on the tiny little negatives, and they allow those things to get them down. Now, I've got so much in my life going for myself and others around me. And if I was to let a lack of money at the moment bother me, I think, what type of person am I if such a like a whimsical thing with, it's just numbers, right? It's just numbers in the air, like electronic numbers in your account. Money is just something that comes and goes. It's currency. And it shows how weak of a person would I be if I let such a thing affect me? And I don't. And it's not because I'm forcing it not to affect me. I've just built it up over the years from having a lot of money once, like a lot of money, over £1 million once, if no one knows the story, and then to now having, well, hardly anything, as you will see very soon when I travel to Morocco next year. I just don't let that bother me. A lot of people will let that stuff get to them to the point of they argue with their spouse, they're annoyed at their boss, they're annoyed at themselves, you know, and it just isn't worth it. You're in a way worrying double for the single thing that you shouldn't worry about anyway, because worrying doesn't change anything. Action of doing something about it is the cause of change. But the worry is just completely unnecessary and burdens not only yourself, but all of those people around you, and just spreads bad vibes, negativity, when really you should have more control and emotions just to rein it in and go, I shouldn't worry about this. Having the awareness to go, okay, this is how I'm going to deal with it. This is here. Okay, this is fine. I can deal with that. And instead of being, losing the plot and losing control of your emotions and that. So I know I don't worry about it. So for me it's a normal occurrence. I also know with the lack of money thing, it's right now that I'm lacking money. In 6 months or a year from now, it's not going to be the case. So you look towards the future for those things. And yeah, if you back yourself and you've got ambitions and dreams for the future, and you're doing the work and disciplines and you're staying consistent every day, I think that's such a big thing. And you've got to back yourself, So yeah, I appreciate that question, Renzo. People who, it's crazy. Me and my brother have these discussions when we walk, and we talk about those people who have got 1,000 times more money than us. Those people work in 9-to-5 jobs. They've got 1,000 times more money than me, more, so much more, but they do 1,000 times less in a year than I do. And they're the ones talking to their friends and family saying, look at that guy. How is he traveling on that amount of money? He hasn't got any money. It's because they haven't given themselves permission to go out there with not much money and experience the things that they could if they gave themselves the chance. And I know from experience, from budget traveling for the last X amount of years, that it can be done. I can go to Morocco. I guarantee I can go to Morocco for 12 days and spend, if I wanted to, a couple of £100 or less. Let's see. Let's do a daily budget after every vlog of the dailies that I'm going to do in Morocco, and let's see. It's just, I just don't put weight on worrying about money. It's just not worth it. I worried about money when I had like so much money in the bank. Like when I was doing the business online, oh mate, I had like so much money. I was so stressed. I was like, for one, I don't deserve this money. 2, how did I make this money? 3, how do I maintain this money? And 4, when, because it was pretty much guaranteed the way I was going, when am I going to lose all of this money? So money has this kind of control over people, be it you have a lot of money or be it you have a little money. Either way, if you don't focus on just yourself, those 2 elements of money can destroy you. So you've got to look past that and remember that whatever it is, and how much money you've got or how much money you haven't got, you've got to maintain your path in life and stay focused and content, and realize that money isn't going to help you to live longer. Maybe in a philosophical sense, yes, but that's not what we're talking about. I'm talking in a very pragmatic sense. So for me, it's never been an issue in terms of worry. It's just been a drive. For me to earn a couple of £100 more a month now would be great. It'd give myself the option to perhaps eat some better food, do some more activities, but most of those things would be in context for improving your experience as a viewer, and also my memories as I grow older, having done many adventures at the time that I'm at now. So money is one of those things that I would use for just more practical purpose and adventure, as opposed to what people spend it on in their 9-to-5, which is, of course, car finance, their mortgage, their dog, pet fees, fancy eating out in restaurants, and then they've got the 2 plush holidays once a year, whatever it is. Anyway, I've gone on a tangent. Apologies. I hope that answered your question, Renzo. Let me know if that was helpful, my bro. I appreciate it. Mo, what is going on, mate? I was watching Sick Buffalo live. He's still live. Drinking for like 19 hours. Who is that? Sick Buffalo. He's still alive and drinking for like 19 hours. Who is that, bro? Is he on YouTube or what? I've never heard of Sick Buffalo. Are you having me on? Either way. Sick Buffalo. What is this, mate? What? Is someone actually drinking for like 19 hours? Oh, maybe. Sick Buffalo Live. Is this it right here? Sick Buffalo Live, 289 subs. What's he doing? He's live. This guy. This guy. Is he on the session just drinking? I'm not sure what it is, but yeah, there's whiskey involved in the comments, so I'm sure the 44 people watching him are having a good laugh right now. I ain't heard of the guy. That's funny though. That's funny. Mo says in Pattaya right now it's daylight 6 a.m. and he's still drinking Hong Tong. Oh my goodness, mate. So that Sick Buffalo that I just shown you, he's drinking Hong Tong in Pattaya, I believe, or not. Anyway, mate, don't get me started on that Hong Tong whiskey in Thailand. Crikey. Okay, Jan Koskinen. Again, I keep saying it. I hope you're still here because we're going to keep going over the Pakistan itinerary that you've got. Jan says, got a 90-day visa, so want to stay for the whole time. Amazing. No dorms though, so rooms are like $10 to $12, which as a budget guy too is the max I will pay. I agree. India wins in terms of accommodation for sure. India wins in terms of pricing for accommodation, but in Pakistan you will definitely have, I would say, a wider variety. But yeah, in India, it served me well as well, especially in like Paharganj in Delhi. But it'll be interesting to see now what you can find accommodation wise. And Jan, I guarantee you, right? I guarantee you, mate, that in the first few days you will meet some people who will invite you to stay at their house with like their family and stuff. And depending how open you are, and obviously do your due diligence and trust, have your little hyper trust sensor on and see if everything is normal and not sketchy, you'll be invited to stay at people's houses, as I was countless times. But the 90-day visa is amazing. I assume you've already got it and you've been approved for it. So what is, let me know in the comments, what's your travel schedule? Where are you flying from? What transit have you got in what country? And how long and how much have you paid for that flight? I'll be interested to know because, yeah, that'll be cool. And for 90 days, 90 days is going to bring you from Thursday, say, what is that, 21st or 22nd November? So December, January, February. You can be there till Feb. January, November, no, December, January, Feb. Yeah, 3 months you can be there. That's sick. NATO says, should be called Caffeine-Fueled World Tour. That's so funny. NATO, Cafe-Fueled World Tour. Yeah, mate, I like that. I like that. Do you know, like, I love coffee. It's like my first morning thing. I'm not sure if you guys are tea guys or just water, or you're as in the coffee game as your boy is. But yeah, I can't really wake up without coffee. I need it. If I need that Chrissy Boy energy, mate, I need to get the caffeine in, you know? So yeah, appreciate you being here as well, guys. It's awesome, by the way. Let's read some more Jan's comments since we're on the topic of Pakistan. And Jan is traveling to Pakistan for 3 months on Thursday of this week coming. So let's give a heart for Jan, because that's an awesome thing. Really out of the comfort zone, as I imagine. And yeah, budget travel will serve you well in the country. If I want to keep rolling for a year or so straight, got to keep it under $10 a night, I feel. Yeah, I would say so too. So yeah, Jan's saying to travel for a full year, you really want to budget to, you know, $10 or less a night for places. So right now, and this is like the perfect example for why I've created this. I've created a Discord for anybody that doesn't know. So a Discord is like a private community. It can be for general chat, or then it can be for a more exclusive paid tier. So I'm going to release that probably tomorrow on a YouTube live. And for these things that Jan has said now, so if I want to keep rolling for a year or so traveling, I've got to keep it under $10 a night. So I've created this Discord for general chat, tips, tricks, and hacks for both kind of medium to low tier travel budget. And now in this Discord that I've created, we can, or I can give my suggestions based. This would be a perfect example based on the places that I've stayed in Pakistan, and I can provide Jan with those places, and then one mate can take that suggestion over there and find an apartment. The other can take another suggestion and find a cheap room. And that's why I've created this Discord. So it's more of a community base for like-minded people. I know how cliche and kind of cringe that sounds, but I feel that I've got so much to give within the traveling space, and I'm not optimizing as much value as I could be providing if I was to set up a more community-based Discord. So tomorrow I'll drop that Discord link, and I'm going to be spending a lot of time in there on the laptop when I'm away, giving just tips, tricks, insights, travel stories, all of the good stuff, because sometimes, as you know, certain social media platforms don't pick up posts, and I've been writing some kind of posts lately, one on the YouTube community and also on Instagram. So I've created this Discord to get to know you guys better, to help you guys more, and then so we can form more of a community if that's your thing, and we can all help each other when someone's in a certain country, they might be stuck, that sort of thing. So that's why I'm releasing this Discord. I'm just working on a few final edits for like the text and welcoming page, and then I'll release that tomorrow. So if that's helpful, let me know if you want to join that. There will most likely be two options, if I'm honest. I will do a free version, which will include general chat, stories, travel hacks, and then, I will include something like an upgrade version, maybe like a live call if you wanted to get on a call with me, something like that. I don't know if I'm just blowing my own bubble there or whatever it is, but hopefully I can help you and we can help each other in that sense. So yeah, that'd be fun. Jan Koskinen, your outlook on money really has put me at ease. It has been really helpful, my bro. I'm in the same age as you and trying to do what you're doing basically. So it's very helpful. Jan, I appreciate it. It's funny because I never actually started out as like this guy who wanted to save money and travel really, budget style. It kind of just developed over the last 6 months to a year. I'd be walking down the street and I'd look at a baguette in France, and I'd be vlogging and I'd be like, oh, mate, I'd love to eat that baguette, but I haven't got any money. And naturally, then I'd go to like the supermarket and I'd pick up 2 bananas and a bottle of water. And then people started to ask the question, like, how are you doing this if you haven't got money? And then I just started to break down, like, how much money I've got in my account. And then, I really got into it when I was in Thailand, and people were really curious about, mate, how are you doing this? And I was like, so there is a sort of niche or market for people who really want to know how you can travel on far less money than you would pay for your home and bills back home of wherever you are in the UK, US, anywhere around the world. Skint Northerners has jumped on and he said, why do you lie about being a millionaire? For anybody who doesn't know, that is Ellis, my mate. So let's all roast him in the comment section. And also let's give him a big round of love because he's putting out some amazing videos. And yeah, he's actually one of my favorite creators to watch. And I always send Ellis, Skint Northerners, photos on WhatsApp of me sitting right here eating my food, and then I'm watching him on the big screen. So big shout out, bro, even though you just called me a liar for being a millionaire. Mate, I'm absolutely minted. What are you on about? From being a millionaire to sleeping on Denmark floors. Yeah, exactly, mate, exactly. All right, let's go back. Yeah, so Jan Koskinen, I really appreciate that. And mate, if I can do it, and I'm, mate, I don't know much. I just turn the camera on and I just wing it for most of the time. You can definitely do it, and anybody else can. The biggest thing is packing your bag after booking the flight, tying your shoelaces and stepping out the door. Once you're on the road and you're moving and you've got momentum, that is like the biggest thing. So I think people who are pondering the idea of visiting a country that they'd like to go to, the biggest thing is taking that step between the idea and the action. Or let's go, idea, and action, because this space here is where the magic happens, right? People usually get ideas, they tell their friends and family about the idea, and then psychologically, they feel by telling someone that they've already done that certain thing. So then that idea dissipates. This space here between idea and action just goes away. And usually it never happens because that idea or several ideas that someone has about a certain whatever it is, they tell too many people. They tell too many people, they get feedback, they get the psychological kind of dopamine hit that they want. And then it's like, in my head, I've kind of lived that idea now, so I kind of don't need to do it. So don't be that person. The biggest thing is action, as you know from doing anything in life, right? So yeah, when it comes to money, there's always ways to do it. And for those people who don't know, like my back fall, if I really run out of money and I'm like on my ass broke, I use World Packers, actually. World Packers, which is a voluntary platform. So I've done this several times. You can see the last one was in June. Then I've done some in Thailand and in India. Where else? San Diego, Arizona, one in Scotland. So mate, that's not my fallback, right? So this is why I'm creating this Discord that I'll put up tomorrow, so I can like provide more information, not just like talk and show you countries, that I can really help you. If you get stuck in a country, you can get on the Discord, you can speak to me, you can speak to other people in the chat, and you can be like, I need some advice, I need your help like right now. And some people will be there to help. Yeah, if you're on your ass financially, trust me, do not panic. Do not go ape shit crazy, mate. There is always a way, especially if you've woken up and, you know, an unexpected payment has left your account, or God forbid something else has happened and, you know, you're lacking money, then there's always a way. Believe me, there's always a way. Aussie investor. What's going on, mate? What part of Oz are you from? I just recently got back from Perth, in fact. Can you tell me the brief story of how you had £1 million? That sounds like it could be a good story. And where did it all go? Okay, great question. What I will do right now, I've told the chat earlier, I had a podcast done last week, my first ever travel podcast, with a Welsh friend called Alex, who now lives in China. And he interviewed me. And I'm going to go and find that interview right now, because you've asked for it. There it is. All right, and now, so blabber. Oh, all right, so that podcast, mate, is probably perfect for Aussie investor, what you've just asked. Podcast. And I'll name it My First Travel Podcast. You can go and watch that. I'll drop that in the chat for you right now, my friend. And that includes some of the stuff that you've asked. Oh, you can actually link in the chat. I didn't know that. I'm learning things every single day. So that kind of breaks down a little bit of the story. Aussie investor. But to give you a kind of synopsis or elevator detail of it, it would be that, I'm not sure what year it was many years ago, 7 years ago, I think. I got into an online business selling sports supplements and coffee. I private labeled like my own products, made a load of money, bought a load of stuff, lost a load of money, business went down, and then that's kind of how I started traveling. A pretty cool story, actually. And people always ask me, do I regret it? Nah, mate. Absolutely not. It was awesome. I got to roll around in the BMW i8, mate, for like a year and a half. I drove like the Audi RS3, had like a nice banging top floor apartment to myself. Went to like Paris and all those places like every weekend, mate. It was like a good time, as materialistic as it sounds. And it was a damn good time. So yeah, hopefully that podcast is a good one. And You enjoy it. The weird world of Whitaker. What is going on? Mate, I know I pronounce your whole channel name all the time, but can I just call you Whitaker? So once maybe when we're in live, I'll say the weird world of Whitaker. It's a total tongue twister, mate. I think I'm just going to call you Whitaker, if that's okay with you. And Whitaker, you ask, do you think travel should be when you're in a reasonable position in life, not necessarily financially free, but at least with some savings? There is two answers that I would love to give. And there is a part of me that says, I think that anybody at any time should just travel, whether you've got a lot of money saved or very little in your pocket. I think there is two ways that people travel, and a lot of people do it out of kind of luxury and they go down the comfort route. And I think obviously that comes with having money in the bank and disposable cash to spend. And then there's the budget route when you literally have not got anything in your pocket but holes. And there's two different ways to do it. So you go down the kind of the comfort route, which is safe, it's nice, it's warm, and you get to experience lots of, let's say, more expensive things maybe. And then you get the budget route, which is, it's grittier, it's riskier, it's raw, mate. It's very, very authentic and true to the culture of the country you're visiting. And, you've really got a budget. You've got to sit down for a lot of hours in a day. And you've got to work out your expenses, saying, right, I've got these two hostels. This one comes with breakfast, but this one is a little nicer. And the prices are, I don't know, I could go for this one. But then this one, you've got to go through these kind of obstacles and barriers when you're budget traveling. And I think that people should, if they've got the option, do it both ways. And I wouldn't wait for a certain amount of years to pass before you finally go traveling, and definitely don't let the money be that thing that holds one back. For me, if I had money, I would kind of like to say I would control myself, and I would do it both ways. For one, I would go and do more of a trip where I could spend a little more money. And then obviously what I do at the moment is the budget style. So I would do as I'm doing and spend less money and live much more frugally. So I think there's a way to do it on both sides of the coin. Whitaker, my brother. James Boy, let's go, Chrissy Boy. Been saving for 2 years to move back to Thailand and live cheap training Muay Thai. Yes, mate, that is awesome. That's awesome. Flying elbow, brother. Oh, that's wicked. Jamesy Boy, what mate, cool name, by the way. Did you steal it from inspiration of Chrissy Boy, by the way? Jamesy Boy, whereabouts in Thailand are you going to move to, mate? I will be in Koh Samui in January, February, March or April. I'll probably be there for a couple of weeks, mate. That'd be awesome. Good on you. Saving for 2 years, mate. That's wicked. Back to Thailand you go. We'll definitely have to meet up for a Chang or a Leo beer, mate. That'll be awesome. Good on you. Good on everyone for doing this stuff. It's really good. MDR, you asked, does your brother also like to travel? Yes, mate, he does. My brother and I, Nick, he's 2 years older than me. We've done Indonesia together this year, and we like to go to do a one big kind of 3 or 4 month adventurous trip every year together, which is amazing. We've been doing that for countless years now. Our first together trip was actually traveling East Africa, Ethiopia, Kenya, Tanzania. We did that for a full month before, 8 years ago. That really set us off on the traveling train. It was amazing. And he's also done Nepal this year, and he hiked Island Peak, which is about 6,500 meters. He likes to hike and he travels multiple times a year. He's a good lad. Renzo Zero, speaking facts. Speaking facts or speaking fast? Sorry, mate. Facts. Sorry, mate. Sorry, I get it. Speaking facts is like truth. Renzo, sorry, mate. Blame it on the coming up midnight. Bosho, what's going on, mate? What's going on? I hope you're good. This is cool, guys. This is cool. Bosho, do you need a lot of money to make content? Do you need a lot of money to make content? depending what content you want to make. For me, travel content, of course. Yes, it costs in terms of the countries that you'll go into. So for me, it's the trains, it's the planes, it's the accommodation, it's the food, and potentially, not that I do a lot of it, it's activities. Yeah, like there, 5 things. Like the transport, let's knock off the trains. It's the transport, it's the transport, it's the food, it's the accommodation, and potential activities. Though I don't do many of this, right? I don't do many activities. So my costs come down to 3 elements: transport, accommodation, and food. So that is pretty much where all of my money goes. I don't buy clothes. I don't spend it pretty much on anything else. I spend it when I'm traveling on hostels or cheap hotels, cheap public buses and trains, sometimes hitchhike. And then, mate, it is food. And I usually, as annoying as this may be to watch sometimes, I do eat a lot of kind of boring stuff. I eat culturally sound food from countries, but then I also don't do that every meal. And I will go to the supermarket and I'll buy a tin of tuna, 2 bananas, and rice, just because when you're full-time traveling, it's nice to have those comforts that you would have in the Western world, and then at a good price also. So I kind of interlink those together. But yeah, that's mainly my costs. And the outlay of like vlogging. So I was holding this up for the thumbnail earlier. This is like a GoPro 12 with an attachment for the microphone and then the stick. So 1 component, 2 components, and the camera being 3. I think this costs maybe like £300 all in. So the GoPro 12, the media mod, and the selfie thing. So £300 is like outlay to get going with a camera. Yeah, and this is a decent camera. Not much else, which then comes with like a battery and a waterproof jacket for the camera. That's pretty much it. But yeah, that's all I use for vlogging, and that's all of the money I spend. And I really do look for the cheapest of the cheap when I'm traveling, such as the plane that I got from the UK to Morocco is going to be £32. That's the flight that I've got back over. And probably I will get one for on the return if I was to cross the ferry over to Gibraltar from the north part of Morocco. I could get a flight back to Bristol in England for like probably £12, £13. So, you know, people are spending on 2 pints of beer, I don't know, something like £12, £13 sometimes, right? I don't know how much a pint of beer is these days, but I'm spending that on a flight to another country. So it's people think what I'm doing is expensive. No, what they're doing is expensive. That's the way you've got to look at it. Like, how much is a sandwich or a meal deal from Tesco or Marks and Spencer's? Mate, you're talking like a lot of money. Like I take that and I go, right, 2 of those meal deals, I've got a ticket to another country. And that's the best way to do it. Even now, mate, if you want to go to Pakistan or India, you look on Skyscanner and you ain't paying the prices that you think you've got in your head for these tickets. They're a lot less, especially if you know what to do and how to look for them. So Bosho, thanks for the question. I hope that's been helpful. Yeah, and obviously I edit my own videos too. And then, mate, I'm hoping soon the money from YouTube goes up. That's why I've got to get back on the road, because it's slipping down at the moment. I'm on like maybe £100 less this month because I haven't been vlogging for 2 weeks. But we'll make it work, mate. We'll make it work, mate. Me and you, hello. Hey, Chrissy Boy. Hey, Chrissy Boy to me, which doesn't make any sense. So hello to me and you, hello. And I saw that you wrote the Bald and Bankrupt outro on one of my comments. So that's cool. A mistaken comment for Bald and Bankrupt, right? Yeah. Ionut Octavian, what's going on, mate? Hi from Lanzarote, Canary Islands, from near Morocco. What do you carry on your backpack? All the respects, and continue to like this. Mate, that's awesome. That's so cool. Ionut Octavian asks, what do you carry on your backpack? And all the respects, and continue to like this. I will go and get the actual bag now if you want me to, and I'll show you what I have. hit the heart, and I'll go and do it. But I will be also showing you that before I fly to Morocco on Wednesday morning. I just want to do more of a visual representation, but I'll do the shorter version so I'm not boring you to death, right? So, mate, I just carry like I don't carry. It's a rucksack what I carry, and it's got enough space to fit my laptop in, which is down there, to fit this in, which is my GoPro case plus accessories, my passport, my phone, and then usually 2 pairs of clothes. That's literally what I take, and it's just a normal black rucksack. So Octavian, that is what I carry, mate. Really, not much at all. And people ask, what do you do when your clothes start to smell? Well, for one, I wash them, but not often. The second is, what do you do when you want new clothes? Well, for one, I don't get new clothes. I kind of just will wear the clothes until literally they die and I have to get new ones. Or I come back to I don't know, if I come back to Wales a few times a year or whatever it is, there's usually clothes in a drawer that I'll just get. I know that sounds weird for a 30-year-old, but that's usually what I do. I'm not going to lie about clothes. So yeah, I keep it super simple. I'm not one of those fashion artistas, let's say. Jack Star, big up the legend. Big up to you too, mate. That's awesome. That's awesome. Oh, Jack, mate. That's wicked donation. Thank you so much. Oh, brother. That's really kind of you. You just sent over £10, mate. That's wicked. And it's not going to allow me to reply to that donation, but thank you so much, bro. I'll give you a bro hug. And also a big fist bump, Jack. Jack Star, raise it, bro, and bop it. Thank you so much, mate. That's awesome. That will help pay for a hostel and a meal for me, mate, in Morocco. So that's really kind. I appreciate it. I'm super grateful, mate. And Jack Star, if you have any recommendations or suggestions of what you'd like to see in the vlogs in Morocco, and I'll be all over the country within a 12-day span, drop a comment below, mate, and I'll take that into consideration. And yeah, I'll put it on the hit list if everything works out. Again, thank you so much for that donation. I always think it's incredible when people send over donations, whether it's a pence or £10 like Jack Star has, or more. I think it's fantastic. It shows the kindness and humility of people and just the eagerness to see more content from just one creator on such a gigantic platform. I think it's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you. Skint Northerners is back to it, mate. And Skint Northerners is Ellis and his girlfriend who travel around Latin America. Mate, if you haven't watched the vlogs, go and watch them. If you think my stuff is kind of raw, go and watch Ellis's, mate. Go and watch Ellis's stuff on Skint Northerners YouTube. It's awesome. Just beware. If you're going to watch one, you'll end up watching 5 in a row. But yeah, good stuff, mate. Good stuff. I've been binging your Iraqi series and Kurdistan series at the moment. It's awesome. But Ellis has said, I respect you, Chrissy, mate. You've had everything, and I know what's important in life, enjoying the simple things, mate, for sure. That silent retreat did you wonders, like listening to Gandhi. Oh, mate, that silent retreat has gave me PTSD, I swear. For those people who haven't watched that video in Thailand, I did a silent retreat when I was skint to the bone with no money, mate. And I went to the silent retreat up north, and it was mate, I couldn't do it. I lasted 27 frigging hours. Not doing that again, mate. I got so angry as well. It's probably why I should have stayed, but I was oh my goodness. And then I found a £1 hostel to stay in. And then life was swell. Vampire mode, Pino from England. What is going on, mate? AK Ruben, we are all still up and fully awake. Mate, Ruben, what are you doing awake, mate? What are you doing awake right now? You should be, unless you're on the graveyard shift, mate. But yeah, let's have a call soon, Ruben. For anybody else who's dropped in and they didn't know what I said earlier, I've created a Discord, which will be going live tomorrow. So I'll be helping more people with some travel stuff, like on the spot. If they're in a country in distress, they need help, they need advice. If I've got a few more like pound extra, mate, I'll send you over some money and help, whatever it is. I think a Discord community would be awesome. So I will send that link tomorrow if we do a live. When we do a live, come on, Chrissy, pull yourself together, mate. And yeah, you can join that. We can have a good old in-depth chinwagon there. Anyway, you probably just don't know what I just said. I'm not even sure I know what I just said. So let's continue in the chat, shall we? Yes, let's, Chris. Skint Northerners, Alice says, tell us your worst traveling toilet sickness story. Oh, mate, you know what? My worst story, and I'll try and say this within like a minute, was when I traveled India 6 months ago. I went, did the Golden Triangle, Delhi, Agra, and then I went to Rajasthan. Anyway, I ended up contracting a gastrointestinal parasite, which is called giardia or giardiasis. It's this parasite that it lives in your stomach, and I picked it up through contaminated water or bad food. And mate, I actually got like an emergency flight back to the UK when I was in Delhi, when I felt it coming on. And for the foreseeable 5 or 6 weeks, mate, I took these antibiotics and I was bedbound in the bedroom next door. And it was coming out of all ends, mate. It was coming out my ears at one point, I swear. And I lost like well over a stone in weight. And I didn't go traveling again for like 2 months. So yeah, my Indian adventure ended very badly. But yeah, that's probably my worst one, and I'll go into depth in that in another time. But for now, I can't bring myself back to even talk about it more. Michelle D says hi to you, Michelle D. I hope you're good. Also, let me know, guys, where you're watching from, and I appreciate you watching, whatever time it is, wherever you are. That's awesome. Ellis says from Skint Northerners, you never know how much time you have left. Live while you are young and healthy. For me, enjoy the moment and live with less regrets later on. Completely agree. You've got to just get after it. Like, you get people just wasting time, mate. Wasting days, wasting their lives, wasting other people's time. Just when you can go out and just, you kind of just hit a point where you don't have to put up with any of this mundane life anymore, and you can actually go and change it, because we only get one shot. So it's good to go out there and get after it, mate. And yes, it'll take a struggle. It'll be hard. It'll be unreasonable to start with, but if your goal is to travel, and if you're willing to escape the mundane grind of the monotonous societal ways, you can definitely do it. You just need to go and do it. So yeah, I know Ellis adopts that philosophy with his traveling. So go and check out Skint Northerners if you haven't already on YouTube. Jamesy Boy, moving to Koh Samui. That's so good. Jamesy Boy, moving to Koh Samui, found cheap accommodation for $3,000 for 12 months. $3,000 for 12 months. So it works out at £8.21 a day. I assume you're working in GB or maybe US. We'll also travel around every few weeks, but at least I have a base set up. My man, that is the way to do it. I love like the thought of a base set up. Like, you can go around to different parts of Thailand, and of course you've got the islands of Phangan and Koh Tao like on your frigging doorstep, mate, which is going to be awesome. Also, I will get in contact with you through the Discord, of which I'll link in tomorrow's live, and we can set up a beer session for when I hit up Koh Samui. I'll come and see you. What I was going to say, a base is important, mate. I have got some news and plans for a little time from now. And if you want to talk about budget travel, mate, I think I will adopt the title King Chrissy Boy very soon, because you will literally not believe the place where I'm going, the place where I'm staying, and the price that I've paid for the duration of my stay for the place that I will soon be living. Oh my goodness, mate. I'm telling you now, just stay tuned for this, because you will think, if you don't think I'm lying now, right, you will think that I'm definitely lying about finances in 6 weeks from now. I can assure you. You'll be like, Chrissy Boy, I love you, mate, and you're handsome. Thank you. But you're lying. You can't do this. And then I'm going to show you a screenshot, right? I'm going to go, yeah, you can do it. Look. And I'll show you the messages, and I'll show you the accommodation. And I'll show you the money that's gone out of my account and say, there it is. There it is. See, it's doable. Mate, I can't wait. James, your boy, that's awesome. So $3,000 for 12 months. That's going to be a belter. Have you got like a bungalow for that? Or have you got like a shared room or a hut? Either way, you're doing it. That is amazing, James, your boy. Big up. Amazing. Renzo should get a travel girlfriend, split the costs. Oh, mate, I could not travel with a bird. Not a chance. I can just about travel with my mates, like my brother. For a certain time, I could just not travel with a bird at all, mate. I love solo travel. I like it with my friends, my brother, dip in here and there. But for the most part, mate, I'm a very selfish person, actually. So, I do like to do my own thing. And mate, for me, I haven't been in that many relationships. I've done many single serving relationships, but to have someone full-time travel with me, maybe it's cool. Maybe it works for another. I know it works for Ellis and Leisha, his girlfriend. So, and they do it exceptionally well. And, sometimes I envy how well they do it together. But for me at the moment, it's Chrissy Boy solo, mate. So we'll see. But Renzo, thanks for the idea. You've popped that into my head now. Like I need to go and get a missus, mate. Ellis says we're like Chrissy, mate. Me and Leash spend like £500 to £1,000 a month for the two of us anywhere in the world. See, that's the thing. You can do it, mate. You can absolutely do it. And like you go and check out Ellis's videos, the same as mine. It's like we're not going to eat out of fancy restaurants. We're not taking business class flights. We're not staying in fancy hotel rooms. We're not ordering room service, mate. We're not going and drinking cocktails. Instead, we're drinking beers, mate. And we're doing it very kind of low budget. And you don't see us crying or moping, because there is excitement that comes with that discipline. There's also a suffering in it, and there's a suffering that is very enjoyable within it if you give yourself permission to actually experience it. It's awesome. Good on us, Alice, bro. Good on us, mate. Jan Koskinen, mate, if you're still here, you're an absolute legend, because I know we spoke about your Pakistan itinerary like half an hour ago, and then I got chucked to the wolves, mate, and I totally ignored your question, so I apologize. Jan says, when you first started, Chrissy lad, you obviously didn't have the £350 to £400 you earn off YouTube straight away. So I guess you started with some funds to get you through the first 6 months. Yeah, so I had some like backup funds and savings and stuff, and that's pretty much then what saw me through. And what really helped me was, especially when I was in Thailand, and who said about the base? James's boy said about the base. I would get the base and stuff in Thailand, and also I'd eat from the apartment, so it was really cheap. And throughout some of the times where my savings were like really low before earning off YouTube, my brother, mate, and some kind people around me would be kind enough to help me out. We're like, if I can't travel, then I can't make content. And if I can't make content, I can't get monetized on YouTube. And if I can't do that, well, then what's the point? So they've been very helpful along the journey with me too. And I remember when I did get monetized on YouTube, it was like, mate, that's awesome. I think my first YouTube payment was like 60 quid as well. But prior to that, and those people know who have actually sent me money, prior to earning money from YouTube ads, there were some kind folks, viewers and friends who they've turned into now, who sent me money through PayPal. I simply put my PayPal link in the description of my daily vlogs and all the vlogs that I did before. And people were kind enough to send me some money. And that really saw me through. Of course, there's been days where I've been on my ass, haven't got any money. But then I'd wake up the next morning and someone has sent me £15, or they sent me £40, or they sent me £5. So for those people, that's like, I know it doesn't seem a lot, but to me at the times, fuck me, mate, like a complete lifesaver. So yeah, it was savings, then a little help from my brother, and then also my mate, and then it was donations, and then it was YouTube monetization. But I'm like £100 short this month because I haven't been putting videos up, which is annoying. But nothing to stress about and lose sleep over, mate. So yeah, I hope that answers the question. But look, it's like, I say money might not be where it's at now. It might, I might not have a lot right now, but I know, as does anybody who has a goal in their head and ambitions to, improve their life, that in 6 months or a year from now, I'm going to be in a different situation. I'm going to obviously continue to budget travel just because I don't know any other way, nor would I want to do that. Situations change if you work at changing them. And that's exactly what I'm doing now. I'm not doing it exactly like purely to go out and see as much of the world as possible. I am doing that to a certain extent, but it's also, I'm in the YouTube space. That's what I do. And, I'm committed and I'm disciplined and I'm consistent. And if I can keep this train moving, then hopefully by next year, my financial situation will be improved. So yeah. Jamesy Boy says, love your vlogs. Sitting here in Ireland on a boat, heading to Cardigan Bay in Wales tonight to work towards getting back to Thailand in March in 2026. Got to meet for some Samsung, mate. That's awesome. That is wicked. You've got near as good as YouTube handle as your boy, Jamesy Boy, Chrissy Boy. I appreciate it. And mate, keep grinding because, well, March is only a few months away. So put in the graft, and then, mate, you can have an amazing year in Thailand. We'll definitely celebrate that success with some nice cold changs times 20, mate. That's awesome. You can all read Skip Northerner's experience of Pakistan, and also come do some adventure stuff somewhere, mate, sometime. Yeah, so the plan is to also go and meet Ellis in Mexico. But at the moment, the flights are like horrendous from the UK. They're like £500-600. And that is like 2 payments on my YouTube at the moment. So right now it's not feasible, but we're going to make something happen this year for sure. I'm going to say it, Whitaker, right? Ready? The weird world of Whitaker. I've said it. You say, yes, traveling with a girlfriend would make the extreme budget travel impossible. I think not impossible, but for me, it's like I'm very selfish, and I can only travel with someone for a certain amount of time before I annoy them or they annoy me, and vice versa. And I think, mate, I just love sleeping in my own bed and like waking up to like nobody, except if it was a single serving somebody. Well, that's okay. But otherwise, yeah, it's Chrissy Boy solo for now, with interims of meeting people on the way, of course. Pinyor from England, Ruben says, do some hiking, camping videos around Welsh Highlands. Mate, I'm not going to come up with any excuses and say, like, I would, but it has been hammering down with rain, and it's been non-stop for the last 11 days. And it only cleared up like a day ago. So I've just been out to get my steps and stuff at the moment. But yeah, I'd like to do some hiking. It's just, mate, it's difficult. It's difficult because it's just not the same round here. I know there's no excuses. I'm justifying, but I'm looking forward to Morocco. Let's just say that, if I can just move on from the hiking around Wales. But it has been slashing down with rain. Skint Northerner says 250 quid through Spain is the best route. But yeah, only worth it if you have some plans in these countries. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Going from over to Gibraltar from Tangier. But yeah, we'll see, mate. We'll see. Alice, let's catch up soon, mate. Guys, I appreciate your time on this live. And no, it's not beer, unfortunately, nor is it whiskey. It is water, mate. Boring. But yeah, we're gonna cap it off. I'd like to say a big thank you for your time, mate, energy, and patience in putting up with this knobhead here. That's awesome. And a big shout out to Jackstar, who donated earlier. I think that's amazing. I really appreciate it. And I will put that donation to terrible use. I'll spend on drink and I'm joking. I'll spend it on a nice meal and a hostel in Morocco, and I'll be sure to show you that when I'm there in a few days. So for those people who didn't know, I'm heading to Morocco in 2 days' time, Wednesday the 19th, and I'm going to do a 12-day overland trip, which is going to be amazing. So I look forward to showing you. I'm going to be doing some daily vlogs, and yeah, we're going to have a great time. And I look forward to showing you the Discord community that I've created, which will go live tomorrow. I'll link that in the next live stream we do, probably around 10 p.m. London time tomorrow night. And hopefully I can provide you with more value, hacks, tips, tricks, blah, 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 and whatever else, mate. But a more community-based feel that we can really interact and get to know each other and our plans better. And I'm speaking really fast, aren't I? Yes, I am. MDR, wish you a great trip to Morocco, brother. Look forward to seeing the vlogs. Me too, mate. And yeah, it's going to be fun. Also, Jackstar, final comment. Just sent you a PayPal. Oh, mate, you absolute legend. I really appreciate that. Jack, thank you so much, brother. Jackstar, I will give you a. Did you get that? Yeah, mate, I will check. I will check. I will check, brother. And I will, if you're on the stream tomorrow, I'll confirm it. But yeah, I'm sure if it's gone through to Chrissy Boy Vlogs, that would be fantastic, mate. And I really appreciate that. But make sure you come on live tomorrow night. It'll be around, well, it'll be like in 22 hours from now, at like 10 p.m. UK time. So jump on and we can have more of a chat. And also I can throw you the link for the Discord, and we can connect on a better, deeper level. Jackstar, thank you so much, mate. Here, I appreciate it. Absolute legend. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Yeah, thank you so much. It means a great deal. Guys, thank you so much. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, enjoy it. And yeah, mate, thanks so much for being here. Let's end it. I hate the outros because I go on and on and on, and I just I don't know what I'm doing. So I just go end stream now.